Shalom. First and foremost, only of all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Kakadash. We double and star apostles that was given most on. I'll say Shalom to Ada Akim, my dad preacher his truth, and all truth cities, brother. Talk on Kabar from Jimmy's Miami camp. Back with another video to Spirit. Before we start this video, I want to touch upon the true names of the Heavenly Father and His Son. Starting with the Heavenly Father, what they so-called called God. His true name is Yahweh, which his name means. All right, he is this. The true name of his son, all right, who they ignorantly call Jesus Christ, all right, or Jesus Christus in the Spanish, or Jesus Christ in the Haitian Creole. His true name is Yahweh Shai, all right, which his name means he says he delivers soon about to do according to prophecy. And once again, double honor to our apostles of your millstone, also shalom to all the out there, preach the truth and our true certainty, and who's fighting for the same end goal. Right, to be delivered out of the hands of our enemies, and who's for the coming of the rulership of his starting with Yahweh Shai on down, and the putting down of our enemies and those who are against the ways of righteousness and against the ways of Yahweh Shai. All right, shalom to you. And as you have here, you see here, I have a quick old but not fairly old article. All right, regarding our Esau's agenda, as far as that's something that's gonna be implemented in his fourth industrial revolution, the AI race. All right, they done spoke about moving and then increasing their intelligence, and part of increasing their intelligence and his agenda is using AI. All right, they want to use AI to automate, things in our everyday lives, whether it's from work, whether it's from task, and all forms of things, healthcare and cars, and the World Wide Web, and anything that you probably can do yourself. He wants to implement AI, soon, or even to the military, and then using it ultimately for his agenda and his new world order. All right, he's trying to liken it unto him, a god unto himself. All right, where a lot of people are even to using AI for religion. All right, making an AI. I done seen something. People making AI, quote unquote, AI Jesus. All right, this guy's a madman. All right, he's in that mode of us pushing and increasing his technology in that sense. All right, and through that, he needs more power, all right, to push, this whole ideal. He needs more power to push this whole ideal, and how is he doing that? It's about creating these data centers, all right, that runs these certain things. Okay, these data centers are very detrimental, all right, to the economy. To the economy, to the nature of this world, detrimental to the ecosystem, all right, detrimental to, all forms of life. All right, why is that important? All right, I'm gonna read a little bit of this article, then I'm gonna go into detail. I'm gonna read the title first. It says, America's AI boom is running into an unplanned water problem. All right, this article established this year on the 11th of January, 2026. And it says, it goes into, as I read down, it says right here, water, which we are already knew this, but in the spirit where I'm bringing out for edification's sake. All right, as you read this, the water cooling system is seen in this picture on a Lenovo server at the Digital Reality Innovation Lab Data Center in Ashburn, Virginia. All right, so this, I guess they're showing an example. All right, so the fastest growing piece of America's artificial intelligence infrastructure is colliding with one of the most finite, if I'm pronouncing, local resources, water. All right, every little thing, everything needs water. All right, grass needs water, trees need water, your food need water. All right, well, water is like the basic things of life. We need water. All right, we need water to drink. We need water to take a shower. We need water, clean our clothes, and so on and so on. Animals need water to do the similar things. All right, to eat, drink. All right, and eat. And to you get to understand. All right, so it says as utilities, state regulators, and local governments rush to accommodate a surge in data center construction driven by AI and cloud computing, water is emerging as a constraint that few permitting systems were designed to manage. The issue isn't that data centers are unexpected, it's that they have crossed a threshold of scale yet are still being regulated as if they were ordinary real estate projects rather than national strategic infrastructure. Which that's another thing too. Esau is not really putting, like strict measures or strict conducts or whatever you may call it on them building these things. They're just rapidly building like it's fucking houses and shit. Okay, it says the U.S. Department of Energy notes that planning for these facilities requires coordination beyond the local level. Right. It says in many jurisdictions, data centers are approved under commercial real estate frameworks, even though their energy and water demands more closely resemble those of mission critical infrastructure. It says in 2023, U.S. cities consumed an estimated 17 billion gallons of water, and that's 2023. It says according to the federal and industry analysis compiled by the Energy Department and Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory, hyperscale facilities alone are projected to consume between 16 billion and 33 billion gallons by 2028. And that's all just because, all right, that's just alone of them trying to, cool down their systems for AIs and data centers and stuff like that. So that's a whole lot of water. All right, that's water that we need for fundamentals of life. All right, Esau with his wicked plans and wicked agenda. All right, it's not taking note of these certain things. These certain things that are beneficial for life. All right, this can also lead into famine, where famine goes to the scarcity of water and food. Right, you got the famine of word, famine of food. Famine of food, water, and so on and so on. Okay, so all right, the reason why I brought this out because Lord, I titled this video. All right, he's the story of the earth. All right, he's the story of the earth. Okay, let me start off with this Revelation 11. All right, Revelation 11 verse. I have it here already, I believe. Verse. No, I don't. Let me grab it real quick. KJV. Verse 11, verse 18. Should have got it right here. We're right. Revelation 11. It's like it for the whole rant, but it's all for edification's sake. It says 11 verse 18. It says, and the nations were angry that wrath has come and the time of the dead, talking about the heathens, and they should be judged, and thou shalt give his due reward unto the servants, the prophets, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name that name, small and great, and should have destroyed them that which destroyed the earth. All right, so remember the two things for sure. That when the Lord Yahushua comes to crack his clouds, or in the near future, as far as the sake of prophecy, the Lord is going to do two things. All right, he's going to come in power and great glory to deliver and reward unto the men of the Lord that's doing forth what they got to do, and prophesying and showing fervent charity, being a brother, are attaining to the 100% of truth, this doctrine, and also to show forth his might, all right, upon the heathens, all right, to take, all right, take the kingdom from the hand of our enemies. And part of that, hello mommy, part of that is by restoring them, right? Because why they destroyed the earth, starting with who's ruling, Esau, Edom, so-called white man. Okay. I'm good, mommy. It's like starting with so-called white man, who's the ruler right now. All right, the Lord has given him power to rule this little season, and right now, as you can see, one of the examples of him destroying the earth is, consuming water. All right, water that's for living means. All right, in crazy amount of numbers. So this, destruction that's suffering for him. Okay, so Let me go back to that article, and it says, let me see if they have more of that. It says a single large data center can require roughly 300,000 gallons of water per day, depending on cooling technology, climate, and workload intensity. Even modest forecasting errors can overwhelm municipal water systems, especially where supply was designed for residential growth rather than round-the-clock industrial cooling. Okay, let me see if I want to continue. Yeah, that's all. Just like you. 1 second. I'm going inside. It's like I had some neighbors that came through. So yeah, going back to, all right, the title, the Lord is going to destroy them that destroy the earth. All right, who is the earth and the world given to unto right now? The so-called white man. All right, he's the wicked. All right, he's the one that's ruling. All right, this is Job chapter 9, verse 24. It says, the earth is given unto the hand of the wicked. He covered the face of the judge thereof. If not, where and who is he? All right, the earth is giving to the hands of the wicked. So the Lord is right now, is allowing Esau to rule for this little season. All right, and right now, Esau, the so-called white man, he's moving this earth, against the ways of Yahweh Shem Shai. The earth, scriptures talk about how the earth is out of course. Okay, and Esau plays a great hand in that. They said they do not need it, will understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course. Let me see what it says in the NLT. It says, but these oppressors know nothing. They are so ignorant. They wander about in darkness while the whole world is shaken to the core. All right. And this is why the earth is, in the condition it is right now. All right. You got animals that's going extinct. You got droughts and, people having a lot of lack of water. And I do remember, because we live in Miami. All right. I do remember not too long ago, they did, in part of Florida was putting a alert to, use less water, and, do certain things. All right, to put a limit to how much you're using. But the reason why these things are happening, all right, yes, the Lord is orchestrating it, these, droughts and stuff like that, but also too Esau plays, which is all still part of the Lord. Esau do play a part with all these data centers he's doing. And the wickedness behind it too is that they don't have a regulator in a sense where it is putting certain measures of, how much data centers they could build. Like I like how we just read in the article, it's saying that he's just building these things like it's like some real estate house type shit. Okay, all right. He's showing you that they don't really care. They for the race of AI. They call it the race of AI. Okay, and again, these things are hurting the earth. Okay, so eventually a lot of people, a lot of animals are not going to be able to get these certain resources. The basic thing in life, water. Water should be available everywhere. Or water should be no crazy thing to get. This is Romans chapter 8, verse 22. It says, for we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together unto now. All right, NLT, for we know that all creation has been groaning as is in the pains of childbirth right to the present time. Why is it groaning? Or why is it in such state? It's because of who's ruling it right now. All right, wherever Esau goes, death follows. Okay, so he's not fit to rule. That's why the Lord's going to take him out soon. But yeah, let me see if I got a little bit more in this. All right, it says, The issue isn't the United States, it's the building too many data centers. Is that a nationally significant industry is expanding through a patchwork of local approvals, tax incentives, and water system never intended to support infrastructure of this scale. All right, because Esau is, you know, just moving. He's just doing things, all right. Because he's also too knowing that he has a short time, so he's just building all these certain things so he get his infrastructure ready for ultimately why the MOTB, the RFID chip. All right, Esau's moving and building these things also too for his building up of his sword. All right, he got companies that's using AI to for military, for their drones and robots and all that, which all this fits into his agenda. All right, so he's mass producing these things and he's not regarding, all right, the condition of the earth. All right, because he is wicked. All right, Lord willing, feels edifying of our praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Kakadash.